Welcome to today's video. In today's video, let's talk about relationships. And I'm going to be sharing with you 6 principles on having a healthy and happy relationship. While maintaining a healthy relationship, or maintaining a happy relationship, or long-lasting relationship, is a big challenging. Why? Because we have different personalities. We are different from one to another, right? But we lose this ability to understand about this situation, this reality. What is the reality? The difference between each other. Sometimes we ask from the people, or we ask from our partners. Why can't you think like me? Why can't you be like me? Why can't you act like me, or behave like me? This is why we make many problems in relationships. But if we can realize the difference between one another, or if we can realize this reality, that is why we are different from each other, then we can get the power of understanding. There's one important quality that we must practice in any kind of relationship. That is the understanding. Understand other situations. Understand why they are acting like that, why they are behaving like that. So our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught, there are 6 principles to practice that. These are the practices actually, if you practice in any kind of relationship, your relationship will be much more happy and healthy. So without any further ado, let's get into these principles. And I'm going to explain one by one. In turn, first of all, the Buddha said, you need to practice these principles when that person, a person, or our partner, or a companion, or the people who we are relating to, when that person with us, or in front of us, and also in the times when that person is not with us. That means both privately and publicly, we have to practice and maintain these principles in our life. And also these principles was taught by the Buddha, to monks actually. Because monks live as a community now in their monastery. They have many monks. So when you analyze their personalities, they all are different. They all have different ways of lifestyles. So when we are interacting, there may be some problems. There may be some crashes too. But if you practice these qualities, if they practice these qualities, there will be less problems. There will be less disagreements. That is why Buddha taught us these principles. So these was originally preached by the Buddha to the monks. Also, you can apply these principles to your life. So let's get into the first principle. Buddha said, you need to treat your spiritual companions with physical kindness and bodily kindness. What does it mean by bodily kindness? There are certain things that we can do from our body in order to show our kindness or show our compassion towards that person. It may not be big things like spending money on big things and buying big things to the person. There are many little things that we can do for that person to create happiness on that person's mind. And we can give that to by doing these things. So Buddha said, do the acts of loving kindness from your body, maybe like helping in his career, maybe like helping in his household activities. If you take an example like in a husband and wife relationship, you can share the things that you are doing in the life. We can help each other. That is one way of showing love and kindness to that person. We can show in many ways our love and kindness to these people. When you act bodily with love and kindness, that creates the mutuality between people. So the first principle is to treat people with physical kindness. Then the second principle is to treat the companions with verbal kindness. You can speak nice and kind and heartwarming words to them to create the happiness and the pleasure in their mind. Each and every one of us likes to listen to pleasant words, right? We all surrender in front of the kindness, kind words, kind actions. So the second thing is to treat them with verbal kindness. And as the third principle, the Buddha said, This is the most important principle. That is, to treat your companions with mental kindness. This is the important one. Because if you maintain and generate these kind thoughts towards the people around you in your mind, your thoughts become your actions. Then your actions will be kinder. Your thoughts become your words. Then your words will become kinder. So is the third principle Buddha told us. Treat your companion with mental kindness. So when you treat your companion with mental kindness, that means you are spreading this race and this power of kindness towards them. When that person is in front of us, and also in the times when he or she is not with us, we have to do it in the same way. And also, as the fourth principle, Buddha said, you have to share without reservation. When you're working in a long-distance place, and when you come home, or when you come to your partner, or when you come to that person, you can say, hey, I have this delicious food. I need you to have that. That means you're sharing it. When you share without reservation, it creates the peacefulness. It strengthens the relationships. So sharing is one of the most key and important ingredients in relationships. And as the fifth principle, Buddha said, you have to be virtuous. What do you mean by virtuous? Now, in Buddhism, as normal people in Buddhism, we practice 5 precepts. Buddhist people practice 5 precepts: abstaining from killing beings, abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct, abstaining from telling lies, and abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs or alcohols. So these are the 5 precepts that lay people practice in Buddhism. So when you become more moral or virtuous, it creates the trust in people. You know that's in normal relationships. The third precept is very important. In third precepts, it simply says that you are not cheating your partner. That means it creates the trust and loyalty between the partners. In any kind of relationship, trust is the foundation. Without trust, there is no use of a relationship. So when you become a virtuous, you will create the trust and loyalty in the relationship. As the 6th and final principle, Buddha taught that in every relationship, there must be a common goal. This means that if both parties work towards a shared dream or objective, it creates peace within that relationship. In relationships, such as those between spouses, friends, or parents and children, if everyone strives for a common dream or goal, life becomes easier and happier. It is essential to practice these 6 principles to improve all kinds of relationships in life. While all relationships go through tough times, true relationships can overcome these challenges. By applying these principles, you can make your life better